I'm Tom, Tom's daughter. No, not my daughter. Just two idiots in a car talking about stupid shit. It's not going to help anyone's mental health. People are crazy. This is a start. Wish us luck.
Is my name necessary or not?
Good afternoon, everyone. You have to say your opening.
Hello!
Yes, now we can begin. Another video, maybe a bit more, I don't know, but serious or somewhat in between, sort of important. We have talked about this situation before where we all moved from different places to Australia. And some of the experience has been really, really good. Some of them are really positive. Some of them are a bit less ideal.
The opposite.
The opposite of positive. So, when I grew up in India, there was no concept of medical insurance back then. There are now, but then again, I have no idea how they work in India. It's different. It's been so many years since I have left, so I don't know how it works out there. But back in UK and also here, we have medical insurance, and I am very grateful to have that. You get to hear so many horror stories from the United States of Trump America.
In America, I had better help than I have here, so I can't complain.
Wait, but you also hear these stories about insurance and the lack of it.
Oh yeah, if you want to go to the hospital, if you don't have 15k to afford overnight stay, you can't go. So yeah.
Yes, so we don't have that here. We have a really good publicly funded healthcare system, which is great. But on top of that, we also have private insurance because the government doesn't want to put a lot of money into it, or they have burdens of fiscal policy. I don't know. So a few years ago, they came up with this idea that everyone should have private insurance by age 30 or something. If you don't have it, you have to pay an extra tax because you're not having that. So you're an extra burden on the taxpayer for medical related help, basically. So I have private insurance and also the publicly funded insurance. So you would think that I am covered on both ends and I shouldn't be having any issues. But it's a funny story. I have used both of these systems, and for most part, it has worked out without an issue at all. That worked like a charm. The story that I'm going to speak here is about the surgery I had during last year. Was a neck surgery. The scar should be still here.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yes. So I am forever scarred.
And screwed up.
And screwed up. Literally and figuratively. So the story is I had a bit of a neck issue and I needed a surgery. It was a bit urgent and it was a bit problematic. Just to say that. Because I have the private insurance, everyone was like, all the surgical team and everyone was like, yeah, this is all piece of cake. You just get yourself registered, we fix a date for the surgery, and that's pretty much all there is. So I did all that and I got my surgery date, and probably 2 days before the surgery, I got a call from the hospital and they told me the wildest situation I have ever come across in my life. So my surgery required a plate to be put into me with a few screws, and that's what holds up my neck at the moment. So there's a few things that was removed, few things I added on. But this surgery has been classified as 3 different things for the private insurance. So part of that is classified as neck surgery, part of that is spine surgery, and there's another part. So there's all these technical classification, WLM3, whatever numbers. So that's there. The situation is I think one of them is not covered or two of them is not covered out of the three. And my surgery was gonna go for like 2 hours, and the first hour was covered by the private insurance, but not the second hour. So the plate was covered, but not the screws. And I was thinking, but it's all part of the same, so it's the same procedure. How can you put a plate into my spine, but you need the screws to put them on the place, but you can't cover the screw? It was really bizarre. Never come across that. But the private insurance, the company, they had let the hospital know that they can't cover full of it. So I had to probably fork out another $14,000 or $15,000 or something. And that's not a small amount of money for anyone. Definitely not for me. Even if I could arrange that amount, I just didn't feel that is right to do that. But it was one of those situations where like I didn't know what to do, and all I had was literally 2 days to arrange all these things. The other option was given to me was I can take that money from my superannuation, but I need 15 other forms to be filled out, submitted to my superannuation, because they don't really release any funds unless it is like the last straw. So it was a bit of a stressful time, and I didn't know what to do. But then they said the other option, the final option, is they move me to the public system. So there's good and bad about the public system. Public system is free, so you don't have to pay anything. But you can also get a promise that the surgery will happen on that day, and there may be a waiting period. And I didn't want to walk around with the ticking time bomb in my neck. A kind of situation like that. If I don't do something, that was not going to be a good idea, walking around with that risk. So yeah, a bit terrifying, but the good thing is I got moved to the public system, and within a couple of weeks I got it done, because it was a bit of an urgent situation. I had to be a bit careful.
But there was another cancellation in between.
Yes. So with the public system, you get your date, and I got the date. I went to the hospital, and I was waiting there for my surgery. I changed to the surgical gown and everything, so everything was prepared, and I was waiting there, and I waited there for more than 5 hours. But then they came and let me know that we can't do it today because they have overbooked, or they ran out of time. So they have a specific amount of time they can do surgeries. So they ran out of time. So I had to go home after sitting there for 6 hours or something. And they told me it would be the next week. Next week, I went there again, but this time it did work out. So I had my surgery done, had to stay there for a day plus, and then I was given the all good or go ahead to go home. I was resting for like another month plus in my home, and recovery was fine. But you go through these things, especially like I grew up in a very different place, like back in India. If you have money, you can get anything done. Nobody asks a question. You go to a hospital, you see the doctor will get you checked up, and whatever you want, whatever they think that is the right thing, you can get that easily done. So the good thing is, in Australia, you have public health care, which is essential for any country. So you have that backbone or security, but at the same time you run into these kind of issues, and mine got done because it was urgent. If it was not urgent, sometimes you end up waiting for 6 months or maybe a year, sometimes more than a year. So things like that. Private insurance is supposed to be the answer for all those issues, because if you have private insurance, you go there, you get things done at your convenience, unless you have the top tier cover, of private insurance, which, like any other thing in this world or in Australia, is really, really expensive. So I have the basic current private insurance. So that didn't help me. It has helped me during other surgeries, but not this time. But that's an experience that I had, living in a different place and getting used to a very different sort of healthcare system. But that's my experience.
Yeah, I guess it's the same for everybody. Some things are covered, like I haven't been to a dentist since I left Germany because I'm terrified. And I have some issues now. My German insurance covered a bit, but now the insurance I have in Australia that I need to be a student here doesn't cover anything. So every time I go to a doctor, I basically pay out of pocket and get hardly anything back, so it's not that great. The funny thing I found is Germany and Australia don't seem to have an agreement here, because other backpackers that I know from the Netherlands and Belgium, they go into a hospital and everything is covered under the Medicare agreement. But for some reason, Germany didn't think it would be a good idea to kind of do a deal there, so that makes things a bit more complicated too, which makes no sense. So to get my issues fixed here is quite expensive. It might be cheaper to fly to Germany and get it sorted at home. But if I wait much longer, then maybe the problem is too big to get fixed. So that will be a journey on its own, I think.
I mean, if you wait long enough, the teeth will fall out, then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. But I kind of want to have teeth.
It's overrated. Teeth is overrated.
They're kind of good for chewing vegetables and stuff. I don't want to have smoothies the rest of my life.
No, that's not gonna be ideal for anything. No.
As much as I love sugar, I don't need to have pureed everything.
With that statement, we have come to the root cause of the root issues. Sugar.
Hey, when I left Germany, I had a temporary filling that was supposed to get replaced 2 weeks or whatever after, but I left the country. So that temporary filling
was temporary. The word itself is temporary.
And it lasted almost 6 years.
That's
so
definitely not temporary.
Good temporary filling. But it was a nerve canal surgery thingy, and now the filling came out. And now it's a bit painful.
It just literally said, I am done. I'm done. I'm calling it quits.
But the same has happened with permanent fillings too. If you use floss, or
Why
if I
would
use
they
floss,
call it permanent then?
I have knocked out permanent fillings with floss when I tried to floss my teeth, and they just came out, and I'm like, wow, thanks for that one. So I don't like dentists.
I've been telling people all these years, don't floss.
Okay. I have kind of stopped flossing because I do like the fillings to stay where they are, especially when I'm not at home to get it fixed easily.
And yeah, that's another thing, okay? Anywhere you go, like all the developed countries, anything to do with your eyes and your teeth is so expensive. And they're generally not covered.
I have to say,
Yeah.
the glasses I bought for myself in Germany cost me 500 euros. The glasses I bought for myself here in Australia, 2 pairs, 230, whatever.
500 euros.
For 1 pair of glasses.
Wow.
And here I've bought, I think before I left Perth, I bought 2 glasses. Now last year I bought, or this year, recently, I just bought
you did that
another
recently.
2 pair of glasses because my other glasses broke. So I think with the 4 glasses I bought in Australia,
You still haven't made to the 500 euro mark there.
I am now at the 500 euro mark for the 1 pair of glasses that I bought in Germany.
That's so expensive.
So Germany is fun. So before I leave Australia, I might buy another pair of glasses. And before Australia, I never had sunglasses because they would have cost me another 500 in Germany.
Sunglasses cost that much?
Yeah. That's why I never had sunglasses in my life, because I couldn't afford it. Now, in Australia, because there was that deal where you get 2 pairs of glasses for 250 or whatever.
Yeah, you could get that.
I actually bought myself a pair of glasses and sunglasses.
I have so many sunglasses.
No, it's the first time ever I have sunglasses. Because that one works here better than at home.
My eyes are so weak, but I think I'm getting a bit of my, eyesight becoming a bit, not so perfect.
But you also, an Australian, have the chance to fly to Bali to get everything sorted for cheap. Like one of the guys at work, he got his teeth fixed. In Australia, apparently it was going to be 60,000 whatever.
Yeah,
dollar,
I don't get that.
and he went to Bali and got it done for 10.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. It like, why teeth is so expensive? Like, you can have a brain surgery and that's okay, but that's not a big issue. But teeth is the issue.
It's not essential. Vision is not essential.
Yeah, but it's one of those worst things to have teeth pain.
Hey, in Germany,
Tooth pain,
there
teeth
is
pain. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's the worst. But in Germany, they even stopped, like, if you go to your, what is the word? The female doctor?
Gynecologist?
Gynecologist.
The gyno.
If you go to that doctor,
Yeah.
like, you're supposed to go every 6 months, whatever.
Every 6 months?
6 months, a year.
What's there to look up for 6 months, every 6 months? It's not like your heart or something.
Well, you get a smear for cancer,
That's if
and you
you're-
get a
yeah.
check for,
Yeah, if
breast
you have a
cancer and
familial
whatever.
history or something, I can understand that.
yeah, after a certain age, and just general checks. So now
Wow.
the health insurance in Germany doesn't cover your doctor checking.
Of
You-
course, because that's going to help people. Why would we do that, right?
It's the same with testicle cancer.
Testicular cancer. It's
In
kind of
Germany,
rare.
is not covered because the amount they would spend on testing
Mhm.
is higher than the amount they spend yearly on the recovery of the few people that have it. That's why it's not worth to be covered with the insurance.
This is a huge contention for me. Like, a government is supposed to look after the people.
To their terms, not to the people's terms.
Yeah, but I mean, I can see that why private companies don't want to do this, because they still work for a profit. There is a conflict of interest because your primary interest is not the healthcare of people. Your primary interest is to make as much as money. But that's okay as a private firm, but not the government.
That's a very big topic. Go call the government and tell them that.
Because if you're not looking after your people, this whole concept of human resources, because humans are the resource. Like, if you look at the world,
And the humans are giving you money whenever you're broken. They give you money.
yes,
Every time I'm broken, I pay this and this for doctors, this and this for pharmaceutical things, this and this for testing. All that money that every person spends on healthcare on daily basis almost is funding most of the government bullshit.
yes, but the government also spend money on healthcare. If the people are healthier individuals, that burden goes down.
That's why you should educate and do things like prevention for free or
Yes.
for cheap, but we don't do that anymore for God knows what reason.
I mean, the awareness is slowly happening, but I still believe that there are few things in this world where profit shouldn't be the first number that we look at.
But it's gonna be the same. As technology evolves and you can have like cyber eyes to see in the dark or whatever,
Yep.
only the rich people will have that ability. And all the poor people, they will have their glaucoma or whatever go blind because they can't afford having these night vision fake
Yes.
eyes implanted in their body. So we're gonna have these
I'm pretty sure.
Cybertron robots,
Yeah.
humans, and we have the normal ones that have no money for all these fancy surgeries.
Yeah, I can imagine. I can see that happening. But even today, there are people with electrodes implanted into their brain who are able to do things that otherwise they wouldn't be able to because of their limitations. I know there are people who happen to be paraplegic or things like that, can walk with the help of an exoskeleton or things like that, which is all great. But things like that should be available to people, everyone, regardless of the financial background of someone, because government is supposed to look after the people. If you are not, well, generally governments don't do, but if you're not, that's gonna go back to the whole government itself. Like, and you look at Australia in today's world, okay? People are not having children. And the reason for that, one of the main reasons for that, is the insane amount of money that people have to raise a child.
You can't even have a home. How will you afford
Yes.
a child?
Yes. And the governments are, what they're doing is they're trying to combat that issue by allowing immigration, which will work for a short term. But it's not the solution.
But that is a very tricky topic as well.
It is a
because
tricky
you allow immigration,
Yeah.
so the numbers will rise.
Mm-hmm.
The immigrants will bring their parents,
Mm-hmm.
which is an older generation.
Yeah.
And depending what generation and what country they come from, these parents might never ever work in this country, so they never contribute to taxes or anything out of that. But since
The
they
GDP.
come here,
Yep.
they will get the money from the government. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot a little bit.
Yes, there are some pitfalls and things like that. Because the idea is like to have a working population, the majority of the population should be in a working condition. So they contribute to the people who are not able to work, like the elderly or the young adults, because they are not contributing enough to that. So that's the idea. But when we look at this whole population, like it's going the other way. Over few decades, we're gonna have an aging population, and we are gonna reduce the productivity. Even now, the productivity is a mess.
Especially if you walk around in Melbourne, the amount of elderlies here
Yeah.
is rising. And everybody that I know, even in school,
Mm.
they just wait for their visa here so they can bring their parents and grandparents over.
That's
So per person that gets PR here comes 4 non-working people with them.
that's not going to be a good situation over the
Well,
long
that's
term.
why I don't understand the visa situation in that country. But
Yeah.
that's your country. Apparently I get kicked out anyway, so it's your problem.
Well, it's the same thing everywhere. Okay. But there are countries where they don't even match the the rate, the replacement rate of 2.1. If you don't have the replacement rate of 2.1, you are going to die out as a population. Then again, there are people like me who don't have any children, so I'm part of the issue.
I told my dad my brother is responsible for that.
You still have time.
When is the bomb exploding? When you're 36? After 36, uterus is eating itself and it's not happening
like
anymore.
that. That's all the old ideas. It's not like that. If you generally keep up in a good shape and
Sugar!
oh yeah, that's not helping. Sugar is not the idea, but yeah, if you keep up a good healthy situation, you can have a child even when you're 40. But it's the whole idea, like having a house. And I know there are schools where, I don't know, again, private tuition versus public system is another debate. Private tuition is like, I don't know, $30,000 a year or something sometimes. I'm like, who has this kind of money?
Oh, when I worked as an au pair,
Yeah.
some of these families were sending their kids to a school further away or a more fancy school. They actually have to pay 2 years in advance to secure a spot.
2 years.
Or maybe even 3 or 4 years in advance to secure a spot for their children. And then you pay the normal tuition fees, which is ridiculous.
It is so insane.
For some people, it needs to be done. One of the families, the kid had some disabilities or some struggles in school. And for them, the small classroom of private schools was good.
That makes sense.
But it should not cost that much money. But if you can, you can.
That's the other
for you.
thing. Everything has become so focused on money, and if you are not making a lot of money, you are not even living. Like the living standards, it's there, but to even go with the base of that, it takes a lot of money. Like the average home price is like 1.7 million in Sydney, apparently. Can you imagine 1.7 million?
Even if you look at students are only allowed to work 24 hours a week.
Yep.
So in 24 hours you make
Make $600.
600, maybe 700 if
20
you're lucky.
Yeah, 625. Yeah, something dollars.
So, and then you pay rent weekly, depending if you want to share your room with people, maybe 200. If you want a private room, more likely 300.
You have that issue because you share it with one or two people. You have to share with 20 other people. That'll be great.
Yeah, I think so. So let's say you make $600 and you pay 300 for rent.
Yep.
That's great. So you pay public transport every week.
Oh, the public transport makes me so mad.
Not just you.
Ah.
And then you pay food, and then you hope it is
You don't
enough.
need food. Who cares about food?
Well, candy's quite expensive.
It's one of those enigmas in Melbourne, that the public transport, and everyone talks about how busy the city is, how crazy it is.
And how we have no train to the airport.
Don't even get me started on that. We don't have a train that goes to the airport. The public transport for a regular person, not student concession or anything.
I don't get student concession.
That's
because
another
only
thing too.
Certain schools
Yeah.
get student concession.
Even if you're a student, there's few universities you have to be a part of. Otherwise, you're not a student. You can be a student, but we don't consider you as a student. The other thing is it's $11 or something a day. And it's not based on anything. Like if you go from, let's say there's a free area in the city. If you're going one stop more than the free area, you're paying that $11 a day.
Even if you're outside and you only hop one station,
Yeah.
you could walk. But if you take public transport,
Yeah.
like 560 at the
560 or
moment
something, yeah. So that's the situation. And it's funny, like if you have a car park or some sort of arrangement, you have your own vehicle becomes cheaper than the public transport. And that's why people drive into the city. And you wonder, why it's so rushed? Because the bloody public transport is so expensive.
Isn't that Queensland, where they only pay 50 cents?
They trial that, I know. I think that should be the case. Public transport is supposed to be cheaper. But then again, that's mainly ran by not the government. It's ran by private companies.
Oh, world is after money, 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 money.
Yes. And that is the issue. When you have a very small amount of companies that in a very concentrated market, they dictate everything and everyone else gets screwed. And we are not really realizing that. Anything in Australia, you can look at it. There's any industry that you can look at. There'll be always few major players, 3, 4, and we don't have enough competition. And nobody does anything about that. And
same with the Coles and Woolies
that's
concern lately.
it's a good example. Supermarket, Coles, Woolies, maybe IGA. That's pretty much it. Aldi. So yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, but Aldi doesn't play in that range, and IGA doesn't play in that range.
No, not as Coles or Woolworths.
Coles
So
and
yeah.
Woolies are the top players, and nobody else competes.
It's a duopoly. Yes,
That's why they
the
can
word.
do whatever they want to.
Yeah, but there was a comparison on things like that. The airline, it's always Qantas or Virgin. The others are there, but yeah. And Jetstar is owned by Qantas. I don't think Virgin has a low cost alternative. But yeah, everything is so concentrated. Telecom, same thing. Telstra, Optus, Vodafone. That's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So everything is kind of stacked against common man. I sound like a socialist when I say this, but I'm not.
You sound very political too.
Yeah, but then again, I have this argument that every act that you do is kind of political.
Yeah.
And if you don't care about politics, politics will care about you or come and mess up your life. There's a quote that
They
similar.
mess up your life if you care or if you don't care.
True.
So.
Or the same thing about the political parties. We have the Labour and the Liberal. That's it.
Yeah, I think Germany's a good example. That doesn't matter how many parties you have, it's still gonna be a messed up government. But that's okay too.
That's the other thing. I mean, that argument that the people hear that all these big, rich, powerful people are really messed up. but it's the opposite. Like only the messed up people.
Are the rich ones?
Yeah, because they have this insane amount of drive to make money. So they go and do it because they're not really happy with it. So they will try hard to make more money. So they will make money, but they're not messed up because they have money. Because they are messed up, they go after money because they have this. Like Jeff Bezos. Okay, the man has, I don't know how many billions or trillions he has, right? How I don't get it. Like you can eat only 3 times a day. You can only do so much.
But you can order a super yacht every other week if you
Okay.
wanted to.
Yeah, the yacht is an icon thing for us because we are not yacht people, right? So yacht is like an icon or a symbol of wealth. But for Jeff Bezos, a yacht is nothing. He can buy 100 yachts every day.
That's for me buying chippies.
Yeah, he's still not gonna run out of money. So everything becomes so worthless. Like, if I see an Aston Martin, I'll be like, oh, that's a cool car. But someone who can buy 100 Aston Martin every day, who cares?
Yeah, it's a whole nother problem.
Money literally becomes worthless when you have so much of it.
Everything becomes worthless when you have too much of it.
True.
Same with love. If you are in a happy relationship and you feel love and supported, whatever, you take it for granted
Mm-hmm.
and then it disappears.
Yes. And when you don't have it,
Then what?
that's another issue.
Yeah.
That's another.
It's not just money. It's
No.
love, it's support, food, freedom, a car. When I had a car, I took it for granted.
Mhm.
Now it's broken and it's very sad.
Yeah. Everything in moderation.
Sugar?
You should not have sugar, okay? You have had enough sugar for like 1 whole week.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had much sugar.
I mean, those are the things that everyone faces, right? Like, you go through life and I don't know. I wouldn't want to be so rich. I wouldn't want to.
I wouldn't be rich long.
Huh?
I wouldn't be rich long.
Yeah, because of the candies.
No.
Mm.
Maybe yes. I need a lot of freezes for a lot of
Yeah.
food for a long, long time.
It's one of those things. This is one of my argument against people who, everyone speaks about heaven. And people, you say, in heaven you won't have any unhappiness or sadness. Whatever you want will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And that was my biggest argument against it. Because if you get everything you want, you will not value it. Because whatever you want is there. The whole...
Maybe when you go to heaven, you value everything because you are so empowered and free. And what is in Buddhism? You're enlightened.
Yeah, you're enlightened.
So maybe if you reach that state, you
Well,
value
if you're
everything.
enlightened, you won't need anything because you already have seen the other part of it.
That's the stage you reach in heaven.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny for me. Every time people say, I won't have any sadness. Like, I am pretty sure then that will become really worthless. Happiness is only valuable when you have sadness. Otherwise, there's no value for happiness. Who cares? And you'd be really bored in heaven. Like, it doesn't end. It just goes on and on and on forever.
Okay.
The
now
best part of
comment.
life is death. Because this will end one day. If it goes on forever, oh my dear Lord, what would be the point?
Okay. Next topic.
Okay, this was not intended. It just went to all over the place. So, wait, where are we going with this?
I have tried twice now to bring the topics moved to the support we were supposed to talk about,
The support.
but you shut me down.
What support?
Support systems.
Oh, yes, the support system.
Oh, After I tried to put
I am
love and
so
support
sorry.
in there so many times.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
See, I have nothing to say in this podcast. Why even try?
I actually totally forgot about that.
There's that script, we do this, and this, and then he goes on.
Oh yeah, because
And on.
it's just easy for me to lose my track and just go somewhere. I ramble on.
In a couple of episodes, I just sit here to look pretty, and he's gonna be talking and talking and talking.
Yeah, because you can. There's no way that I can look pretty and sit here. That's never gonna happen.
Well, that's a good challenge. We will find somebody who will make you look very pretty.
What are you gonna do? Makeup on me now?
I don't know how to do makeup, but we will find somebody.
I'm gonna look pretty.
I'll make you look super pretty.
Pretty. Okay, so the other thing that we were trying to say here is, with all that going on, medical, other things, life, money, job, security, all that kind of stuff, we need support systems. And we used to support each other a lot.
Used to
is the key word. And it's not because that we stopped caring for each other. We usually catch up on weekends. And ever since we started doing this, okay, every weekend when we catch up, it's mostly taking up all the time we have between us. It's always about, okay, what are we shooting this week, or what are the topics, and how much I haven't helped.
That's a big topic. I write the plans, I write the topics, I make the thumbnails, I cut the videos, I do the social media presence.
And I appreciate all of that,
and
because that's all your...
a 30-minute talking. That's all I get. All the help I get.
That's all your strength. We all play to our strength. I can sit here and ramble. You get to decide.
If it wouldn't have been so tough the last couple of weeks with getting all the jobs, placements, and whatever, social media has been abandoned, let's put it that way.
Well, yes.
So maybe I can try to pick it up, and maybe somebody else can help.
I'll try.
Pick it up. Oh, I try, but I was so busy talking and didn't. No, but we had that discussion today because I was like, dude, I'm doing everything. It was your idea. I'm just trying to help. I still stand by that statement. I never really wanted to do that. But
because you're uncomfortable facing the bloody thing.
Because there's no use in making another podcast, because everybody makes another podcast, nobody cares.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
This is our outlet.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, and we are doing that very well. I go and listen to all these things that we have done every now and then.
You're the only person. That's the reason why the hourly use of
it doesn't matter. The point is, I had this huge insecurity about my voice, but now I don't have it. I'm like, I listen to my voice.
My point was, I mentioned today that all we do is podcast and never ever talk. You didn't even realize that till I mentioned it today.
No, I didn't, because
and that is shocking, because it had been bugging me for weeks. Even at home, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna meet Tom. Usually it's like, oh yeah, we hang out. We went rant. It's like recharging batteries. You just feel good. You kind of get leveled and you're okay. And now it's just stress at work, stress at school, and then it's stress in my free time to do this thing.
Yeah, I get
and
that.
I'm kind of losing my friend over this.
Well, this was never supposed to be a job. This was supposed to be a fun thing we do.
Yeah, for you it's a fun thing. For me it's a lot of work. The amount of hours I spend into this.
Which is true. She does all the editing, cutting, putting up all the things together. The subtle texts and images that you see, it's all her ideas. It's all this brain. I just sit here and ramble. That's pretty much all I do. And I do the driving. Okay, I do the driving.
I wish I could do the driving. Let's swap. I talk and drive and you
But yeah, so we have to find a time for that too. But you know what? When I have my place ready.
When? I think
probably a couple of more months. Calm down.
Yeah, but then it's also summer.
Yeah, so
in summer, my weekends are easy.
That's okay. But in summer, you know what we have? Sunlight. We don't have to worry about it's getting darker or anything. And I'll have a place we can do this any day. We don't have to wait for weekends. So we can really get back our weekends to
So
do
I have
our...
to sit on a train for hours and hours on end to come see
Okay,
you.
it's not a different state. Okay, calm down. It's literally 30 minutes from city.
Driving.
No, train.
Well, if I come from where I live to the city today, it's still 2 hours.
If you're talking about that area, yes.
Yeah.
But if you're in the city, half an hour. Calm down.
Yeah, we'll see about the city part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this podcast thingy is a nice idea. But
It
I
takes
think
up a lot of space.
it's very, very draining. I always made fun of these influencer peoples that say, oh, it's such a hard job. I still believe influencer. Just a video here and there with who today I'm eating my chia seeds. Amazing. And this, I don't believe that's a hard job. But this whole YouTube thing, if you do everything yourself, is a bit tricky.
It is very draining because there's a lot of, people say it's a passive income idea, but there's so much of active hours put into it. If at all you make any money at all.
Well, lucky only one of us puts hours in.
Yeah, I do the driving. That's very taxing.
Wow, you did our driving anyway.
That's do a lot of money.
So I still think, maybe you guys agree, I think Tom should pay me. I waste at least 4 hours every week on this. Sometimes even more.
And you will be rewarded in heaven for all this work. Hey, you are the one who comes up with the heaven argument. That everyone will be enlightened.
That's the Buddhists, not me. Okay.
So we'll be back again with something fun.
Tom will be back. Now I just sit here and look pretty.
Alright, that's pretty much all I want to say on this.
Yeah, and if the thumbnails for the next videos look shit,
Hey,
you know who to blame.
that they will be the best thumbnails you have ever seen.
And apparently we're making a new intro. By we, I mean him.
Hey, we can do an intro. It's just like we have to come up with something new. I don't know. We
Well,
will.
I came up with the old idea, I made the old idea, so now it's your turn.
Yeah, I get that. But I want your voice too. I can't just do.
You didn't even need my name for the last
That
one.
was your idea.
That wasn't my idea. I just work with what I got.
Yeah, you said, is my name necessary? Like, yeah, of course. And you didn't
Did
do
you
that.
listen to the podcast episode where I asked that question? You said, no, nobody cares. So,
But you know what I mean. It's not real. I'm not mean.
I can edit that at the end of this episode where I ask you, is my name necessary? And you're just like, no, nobody cares. Just as tiny little proof that he definitely said that my name is not necessary, we can look into this.
Yeah, that's pretty much all the introduction that we needed to cover. Anything more to add?
Or not. Is my name necessary or not?
Okay, I said
I
that.
have proof. I have all the
Okay,
proof.
from what we know about this whole experience, if anybody has any care, that would be you.
Yeah.
And people would, I told you, all my friends ask about you. Nobody cares about me.
Then why am I making this with you? Why am I not making this alone?
Oh, this has become a breakup video now.
Yes! Officially broken up. Can't do this anymore. I do not feel loved. I do not feel respected or cared for.
Okay.
Time for ice cream.
This has gone from serious to lighthearted so fast.
Well, that's what we want.
Yeah.
We can't. I mean, if people do what I do, listen to podcasts when I want to go to bed. I mean, okay, I listen to murder podcasts.
That's disturbing, but okay.
They put me to sleep quite easily. But this one, if you listen to that when you fall asleep, for example, Okay, now we're laughing too much. That would wake them up. Never mind. No matter when you listen to it, just no matter how much shit happens in the world, just don't forget to laugh at every now and then. And if you need more things to laugh, I'm pretty sure we can come up with some very stupid things.
Oh, we have so many things planned. The cake making. Maybe we should make
The apple cake that you're not going to eat.
not the apple. No.
This man doesn't want to eat apple cake.
No. Apple shouldn't be cooked. Apple should be ate.
Oh dear Lord.
Apple should be eaten.
Yeah, we need to break up. This is very, very...
Oh.
No, I can't deal with this anymore.
Oh, I am all for savory things, not for sweet. Apple pie. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know why people like apple pies.
You just insulted all Germans. Probably all Americans. All peoples.
Why?
Because everybody eats apple pie.
If I say bratwurst is a bad thing, yes, Germans can get angry.
Then you should run for your life. Because...
Yeah, and I would get that. If I say German beer is bad, I can get that. Yeah, I know, I get that. But not for bloody apples.
I feel like we need to stop here before something bad happens.
So if you never saw me, you know what happened.
No worries. First you record your video from your holiday.
Oh yeah, there's a few holidays coming up for me.
Yeah.
So
you have plenty of time for a new introduction, trailer, whatever.
But how...
And thumbnails. It's going to be great. He's going to do a great job.
I always do a great job if I want to.
That's it.
Bye bye.